17 seconds to go. I'll tell the story when we get rolling. Stage 8 tour to Zwift. First public event here on Scotland. And 5 minutes before I went live, my computer just locked up. So let's see how this rolls. And away we go. We have over 1,000 people signed up, 946 in the group, so just under 1,000 actually. Oh, let's go. Zero warm up, other than a few screams at the computer. Let's go. Pace partners are up and about. Let me know in the chat somewhere once I get the chat up and running how the stream looks and how it sounds. It was a bit of a rush job after that PC crash. All right. Epic lead in for this then, 3 laps, totaling about 32 Ks. Thanks Dustin. Gain volume is high. All right, I'm on it. That is zero warm up, look at the heart rate. Yvonne's on here too. I'm not sure which group she's in. But this is it. It's finally out, Scotland. And I was keen to see how it rolls in a group. Not at 166 BPM in the first minute. All right, let's try and sort these sound levels with the volume mixer. All right, game sound too high, no way. Zwift sound's gotta go up. Let me know in chat. I've got chat on the wrong side of the screen now. Hang on. That didn't work. Tons of Tron bikes out at the moment. Right, we're almost at the southern part of the loop already. If you saw my ride through, you would have noticed that it's quite a small map. Oh, give me feather. All right, Von's doing 1 lap, cool. Wow. So I had this live stream planned for about 90 minutes. But everything goes completely out the window when your computer freezes. And I still don't fully trust it, to be honest. All right, let's chill now. Time flies on this when you're with a bunch, for sure. Stream is offline, stream is online. Okay, come on. Give me the stats I need. There we go. Could not get Durcon hooked up this morning. Don't know what's up with that. All right, lead in is half done. Ha! No update on the Apple TV being true 4K in game yet. Hopefully they'll do something with that. Good evening, New York. You can freeride after the event, I'm pretty sure. You won't be able to grab the badges though. You only get badges assigned for the route that's pre-selected. I am cooked. OBS is struggling a little. Hopefully the stream is okay. Righty, come on. I suggest checking out the intestine if you do go for a free ride after this. I am done and we haven't even started yet. I seem to be able to talk at threshold. Awesome, thanks for the updates on the stream. It's hard doing 360 at 175 and trying to admin the stream. Bridge. Good. Are we there yet? Are we there? And the ride starts now. Off. What are the chances of me changing cameras without the computer locking up? Wish me luck. Ahoy. Iron Brew power up, I agree. Hey Kate. Heart rate tells the story. Nothing's easy. Early March, the world will be available for free rides. Oh, we're up to 120, 130. I saw marked H pump, marked. Yeah, there you go, there's my brain leaving my body. March 8th was mentioned somewhere and then not. Oh, no, I am cooked, mate. Where's the old man? I need him on the front. Pulling some turns. Now he'll be off the front. Actually, I bet you'll be off the front too, mate. You're a handy rider. Oh, 175 BPM, just chilling. Yeah, just chilling. As I thought, there's really no let up on the pedals. Gradient is always changing here. All right. Settling into a manageable pace. Not a manageable heart rate though. These small descents are a welcome relief until everyone surges around me. Ooh. Dogehype.com. Mate, fuck off. I don't have time to deal with your shit at 173 BPM. Later, mate. Blocked. If you're serious about business and any inquiries, grow some fucking balls and send an email or give a phone call. Don't come here spamming shit in my feed at 180 BPM. Expect a polite response. Let's go. Not my typical content, but I'm usually not presenting at 181 BPM. Moo! Hooah! I'm stuffed. Now the problem with Zwift at the moment, with only 100 or 150 riders drawn on screen, I can't tell who's up the road, because it's drawing the 150 riders around me. So it makes it very difficult visually to try and choose whether to bridge. Not that I can bridge anything at the moment. But I think they need to boost that. Hey, thanks Christian. I think they need to boost that visual effect. We have near 1,000 riders in this event right here. 1,002, there's a number, 1,003. But I can only ever see 100 on screen, and depending on where I'm positioned in the bunch, 30 or 40. This is going very, very fast, as I thought. How's that heart rate? Comes down a little bit when there's no spammers in chat. All right. $6.17 Von's right group, yeah. But the visual effect of riding with 1,000 riders versus 100 is very, very different. And it provides different motivation too. Like right now, why would anybody chase off the front? You have to look at the sidebar, but that's changing too quickly. I get it that it's pixels and it's bandwidth, but we're past 2017 when those restrictions were probably put in place. We need to keep moving forward, like 2 steps forward, maybe half a step backwards. None of this planting your feet in the technical ground and saying that's how it is and that's how it will be. Zwift and all these platforms were built on innovation and speed of development. And people have been willing to crawl through glass to get all this shit set up. Amp plus, Bluetooth, heart rate, cadence sensor, speed sensor, calibration, spin down, Wi-Fi, you name it. So much crap going on. People are happy to do that as long as the experience keeps improving and doesn't stand still. No, I have the phone on the screen using a HDMI capture card or a HDMI capture USB device. I have a video on that somewhere. Just type in Gplama phone screen or something like that. Yeah, it's a handy little addition. I'll try and pull up a better screen without locking up my computer by pressing, oh no, there we go. My Stream Deck was causing my computer to crash before, so there's a better shot. Kicker 6. I was hoping to use Dircon today, but Dircon wasn't being found on my network. Something's up with the multicast DNS at the moment. I'm trying to debug that one. I think it's Zwift. Not looking up the MDNS cache or something. Not sure. Alright, I pressed a button on the Stream Deck. Please don't crash. Oh! There we go. That Stream Deck is lagged by about 10 seconds. This is A, but it's not a race. It's more distance based. Though people will race it. Alright, so on the map over there in the corner, we can keep a track on where we are. As I did in my little video. Oh, I'm getting dropped. Oh, golly. Very dangerous spot to be at the moment, but I don't really care. If they let up, they let up. It's alright. Yeah, see, now they're gone. They are gone. If you've got it and you're in this bunch, sprint. It's alright, they're gone. Always someone to ride with, especially when you're 150th out of 1,000 riders. Yeah. Oh, I'll just get swept up by others coming through. It's alright. Oh. Alright, one lap down. Crikey. Yeah, that bunch is gone. In real life racing, it's not as easy to get spat. Exactly right, you can tell people's body language. It's also a good chance to fake some body language too if you ever need to pull that card. McCraig's Folly, okay. This goes past really, really quick. A lot quicker than my solo ride, obviously. But noticeably quicker in a bunch. Holy hell! That was quick. You gotta save some energy for the big hill. Where's the big hill? There's no big hill in this route. If you free ride after this, you can do the intestine. Odd socks, yeah, actually I didn't notice. Now I can't unsee. Oh no. No, they might have been late joiners who flew past. Could very well be cheats too. No lack of cheat recipes being published recently. Do note though that any cheat that's generic isn't anything to do with Zwift. It's any platform. If you're going to fake some power data, you can fake that for Trainer Road. It's just that the views making videos about cheating on Trainer Road don't add up. Because it doesn't make any sense. I thought there might have been late join. I almost had to use it. Level 43. What was the surprise unlock, Von? Scotland map is good. Except when you get dropped. But now you can see above me here, it's more real with the mini map. I can see riders up. If I had the energy to bridge, I could be like, okay, there's a rider there, there's one ahead, let's try and jump. Whereas before, in the big bunch, there was nobody up the road because of that draw distance limitation, or the draw numbers. Oh, this bunch is getting bigger. Bacon! You can go glass half full with this bunch is getting bigger, or you can go glass half empty with I'm going to get dropped by more people. I agree, the mini-map profile needs to scale a little better. I'm not training for anything. As long as I'm fit enough to test trainers and power meters. Someone's just been murdered at the front, or we've had a delivery. Either scenario can wait. Alright, back up north again. Halfway there. Yeah, 1,000 riders this time of day is not bad. There's been more. Yes. Planning on doing the Ballarat Cycle Classic gravel, 64k and road 100k. Doesn't surprise me how many strong people are on Zwift at all. The world's a big place, and this is an event that anybody can get to. It's that accessible. Similar to racing locally here, if you do local club races, you might filter your way through to the top. But if you do a state level race, you might have to drop down a grade. If you do a national level event, you might drop 2 grades, or be a little different positioned at the end, so to speak. Something like Zwift, it's always going to filter some strong people onto the platform. So, doesn't surprise me. We could talk about uncalibrated trainers and incorrect power meters and things, but I think the majority of it comes down to accessibility around the world. And no matter how fast you are, someone's faster. You just have to play the game at the right time of day, or in the right competition to win. Where's the downhill? Yeah, everyone wearing the same kit blends in a bit. Maybe jersey and leave everything else the same to be customized. Sorry, not the same. Pretty chill. Look at the heart rate. Heart rate's not chill. You come with the skin you're left with, that's a good point. Look, the Zwift demographic is around 40 years old. So of course that's a factor. Safety, time, the question is though, how do we keep it interesting though? New courses are fun, just like this, and getting to explore. I think that level of discovery needs to be focused on. Remember when we first got on Zwift, it was an oh wow moment with our smart trainers. Any expansion packs, they're oh wow moments, your discoveries. How'd you go, Mom? How'd your ride go? But if the Zwift experience is the same as 3 years ago or 4 years ago, they're going to have a plateau. I think that's what we're seeing with Peak Zwift. There's a finite audience for riding indoors. Oh, everyone's getting ticklish. Look at those feathers. Zwift ruined real life racing? No, I don't think it did. It's a clickbait topic. Zwift causes more crashes, or Zwift does this, Zwift does that. But look, let's take Zwift out of the picture and look at the attendees at local events. It's dropping. That's road cycling events. Holy hell. This is tough work. And bigger picture, the Tour de Zwift Femmes, Tour de France Femmes. We can't say Zwift ruined racing and watch 4 or 5 years of the women's Tour de France. Max heart rate's around 190, 193. Won't be near that today. Where's the feather now? Big ring. Lots faster in a group. Oh, one more. Then we'll go back and ride down the intestine. Yeah, I know. I was poorly positioned for how bad I'm feeling. That's right. I'm not going for places today. Just here to have some fun. Yeah, Z power needs to be split out. It's time. Power meters are accessible and cheap enough. Again, another decision made back in 2014 that should be put to rest. Anybody complaining about that? You can have your own races. It's fine. Tuck in, yeah. Oh, we're closing into another bunch. Or they've split. I'm not going to contribute to that chase. Whew. So you can see the mini-map moving around a lot. Ah, how about that? Lapped bunch, kind of. Funny if I did bridge up. There's a popular pace partner. Terrible here today for the weather, actually. It is raining outside. So while you're here and while I'm suffering, do be sure to subscribe to the channel. That helps. YouTube helps the algorithm and helps me more than you can believe. So if you're not subscribed, hit that button. The like button helps as well. I appreciate it. Live streams aren't usually my typical thing. Hopefully this one provides some kind of value. Negative 25C. Wow. So there's 1,000 riders in this group. Then finishing or figuring out your finishing percentile should be pretty easy. as mine goes backwards. Like and subscribe, thank you. I typically don't say it a lot in my videos because I think it's annoying, but it does help. Even just dropping that like and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, you kind of get that already, but it does boost the subs. You can turn off the bell and notifications and things if they get too annoying, but same goes for any other YouTube channel that you watch. Make sure you subscribe. It helps them out too. Yeah. So we have to go up that little Twitch chat's invisible, I can see it. We have to go up that little hill at the end, don't we? Ah. Must be the gravel rider in me. I'm not changing gears enough. Eric Menzies right on. Hey. Ah, this is not good. I can talk in my sleep. You can delete the image file for the thumb, but you can't, there's no option to turn it off in game. Where's the downhill? Oh no. No use sprinting at the end of this one. Be better off sprinting at 1200 if you've got it over that last climb. There's going to be a few bodies spread over that climb, I reckon. 4%. Ah. All right. Now, is it downhill to the climb? Someone say yes. The special event thumbs are different resources. You'll be able to find them in a similar spot. No power up. Brutal. All right. Let's see if we can sit in. Ah. So you can't even sit it at 300 watts at negative 2%. That's nuts. It should be a little easier than that. You're never putting that at 300 watts in real life in this position. I think there needs to be a fundamental change to the physics. It might not make everyone happy, but I'd love it to feel like real racing. Toss my bottle, yep. All right. This is better. 180 sitting in. All right, so 2 little climbs to go. This punch, and then to the line. So let's just hold position in this one and cut some throats on the last one, if we can survive. That's just standing on the pedals. That wasn't anything hard, nothing special, no acceleration, just standing on the pedals, keeping the cadence up. I was able to kick position. Kind of. A lot of people pushing over the top there. Yeah, there we go. Gaps opening. Super tuck. Ah, not -3. Oh. So there's no need to wait for the sprint. I know you saw me just in the saddle, rounding up that small group. A couple sprinted from that group and got me, which is well played, but for the rest, I made up, what, 30 or 40 places there. Just turning the screws a little bit at the base. All right, let's go and we'll go down the intestine to finish off the ride. All right, so hot tip, anybody doing this ride, once you finish the event, you're now free to ride. You won't get any route badges, except the one that's in game prior to the route you selected for the race. But you can go set some KOM times. So if you want to go and smash me on the intestine, now's the time. So even though Zwift say you can't free ride this, if you were to enter any of the Tour de Zwift races and then quit event. It'll keep you in the world. But again, no route badges. Hot tip. Ah. Retired, I've already covered the map in my video the other day. I did a full ride through, I sped it up ×2 to try and save time. So if you want to check out the full map. Right now what I'm going to do is ride backwards here and go down the intestine. And we'll call it a day. Should be another 10 or 15 minutes. If you've got any questions, chat, fire away. Happy to talk bikes, tech, anything. Sweat out of my eyes. Well, thankfully I still have eyebrows. Genetics cheated me on the hair, on the head side of things, but the eyebrows have stuck around. Other than that, towel. Good fans. Headbands do work. A lot of people use headbands. I've used them every now and then, but I don't find too much of a distraction with sweat. Oh, I'm cooked. Good ride, good ride. Oh yeah, I've got to use a full jersey. No one wants to see man boobs on a live stream, no matter who you are. I do have a lot of fun on the channel, but I also have a little bit of standards that I try and keep. What kind of riding and workouts do I do to keep my power high? The high power the way it is. Just in general, just ride lots. I'm nowhere near where I'd like to be or have been, but if you ride enough varied terrain, you'll have a bit of a punch. Testing equipment helps. Doing 5-minute tests or peak power tests and things. No, Technogym took that My Run back, I think a week or so after my review. Oh, sorry, it was a week or so after the review of their indoor trainer. They made a really bad indoor trainer. Again, it's not my fault, but I communicated how the trainer operated and didn't. They weren't too happy with that. They took back all their equipment. Haven't heard from them since. So to be honest, if that's the way they go, if they're not confident enough to have their products reviewed, I wouldn't be confident enough in buying any product from them. You can do a workout outside of the event. You're right, Scott, the corkscrew. Yes, yes, yes. There is a corkscrew on Watopia. Alright, so we'll go up here, hang a left, and we'll go down the intestine and call it a day. But Jimmy, to answer the question, if you were to enter one of the tour events, quit the tour, stay on, or quit the event, stay in the world, press E on the keyboard or jump through the menus to load up an erg session, you can do a workout. What's wrong with Ed mode? What's wrong with these live streams? I think he puts out so many watts he interferes with the encoder. I've got a few other screens I could use, but I'm hesitant to do it now the Stream Deck is locking up my machine. No, the worlds don't link up, they're all separate worlds. Alright, new start pens up here. Let's have a look. It's all looking very yellow. Yellowy green. Start pens all off to one side. And there's the top of the intestine up there, which we'll go have a look at as a cool down. Which wahoo? Skur Summit. Let's go, Skur. We won't be getting a Wollongong Worlds, no. Yeah, it's sort of interesting where there's got to be some deal there. There either wasn't enough money for them to replicate it or something. Obviously there's commercial partnerships involved for them to replicate courses and be part of their promotion. I don't know what happened. Wollongong just seemed to happen, didn't it? I think. Cow. Alright, quite a few people out here on just free riding around. That's a great angle, that one. Always good for screenshots. Especially if you hit zero there and pull back. Oh, it didn't work that well, but... Cheers, Jeffrey. I'm looking way over there for the comment because Restream have changed things around. Chat.restream.io, will that work for me? Yes. Okay, I found what I was after. Bit of a climb up here. I've only ever descended, I haven't gone this way at all. Skur Summit South, 3.3 for 1k, okay. I hope for April Fools they put us all on cows to ride around on and the cow becomes the bike. We have to grab the horns. Oh, this music's a bit too upbeat for me. Alright. No, Stuart, nothing on the new trainer front at all. It's very quiet times. I wish there was new trainers around. I'd have a lot more reviews to do. I know who you are, Noah. No, you're at the wrong end of the year for new trainers too. I think trainers are a solved problem. I think they have been for a few years now. They're accurate enough, reliable enough. There's always going to be outliers, there's going to be things that break, of course, but I think we're kind of there. Unless there's some kind of big shift using technology we're not across yet, maybe. I don't expect to see anything major. It's now at a point where, here we go, okay, we're going to go down the intestine. It used to be when I finished a Zwift ride or a indoor workout, I could remember what trainer I was on because the way it felt, or the characteristics of the resistance change, or it was slipping or something. I could always remember, oh yeah, I was on that trainer. For the last year or so, if you asked me what trainer I was on for a certain time or day or ride, I couldn't tell you. They all just do the job now. We're getting things like direct connect over Wi-Fi. Direct Wi-Fi is awesome, I like that. When it connects. Here we go, intestine. Now you see the color change? That's a known bug. There's a color change. But I wish there was a lot more new trainers coming out. Same with power meters. Power meters it's a solved problem for most companies. If you want a nice, good working power meter, then there are options out there. It's not as if you've got to search around and try your lottery on something that may or may not work. There's proven power meters out there now. So I guess interest in power meters isn't like what it used to be. I think if something like IQ Squared released their power meter now, no one would care. No one would buy it. There are other solutions out there. At the time, they were cheap and they were another pedal option, but there's a lot of other ones out there now. So cheers, both love. Alright, so we've got one more corkscrew and we're off the intestine. Any news on the Garmin 540? I wish. The 530 and 830 are definitely due for a refresh. As soon as there's anything that is known / public, yeah, it'll be up on this channel. It might be a deliberate colour change, but it shouldn't be so abrupt. It should fade. That's my thoughts on it anyway. Which way will we go around the roundabout? Will we go correctly around the roundabout, or will... Yeah, good one. That's the incorrect way around a roundabout, actually, for anybody watching in the US or Europe. VR, yeah, look, I'd like to see more push for VR. Here's an observation. There was a lot of discussion as soon as Mark Zuckerberg mentioned the word metaverse, and everyone lost their shit and thought it was the next big thing. Everyone started talking about Zwift and metaverse and Zwift and just tag that everywhere. It's going nowhere. So I think there's augmented reality would be handy. A lot of people completely dismiss it. Dismiss the virtual reality stuff because, oh, it's going to be sweaty. That's great, but you can't not try and develop something new because of what you think it might be. So I applaud companies who are diving into that sort of stuff, but we've got to be careful not to jump on the next tag word, an NFT, some kind of crap that's never going to work. Well, sweat on current VR headsets is probably going to be pretty bad. Why can't they fix that part of it first? So, and I'm sure they are. Look, standard console gaming will probably be first if they can solve the problem of, you know, lightweight, comfortable, etc. But I think augmented reality might be somewhere where we could go, put on a pair of sunglasses and have, you know, your data overlaid on those rather than take up all of this screen real estate. Put it somewhere else. I'm not a fan of ditching everything into the companion app. I think that's an easy way out. And even then, the companion app's not complete. So I don't know. I'm not an inventor or an engineer, so I wait for the smart people to invent cool things. It's gone very pink. Lazine GPS, never used one, to be honest. But having used a lot of budget GPS units, I haven't reviewed a lot of them, but I'm using quite a few of them. There's always compromise, always. If you want the gold standard of compatibility, saving data, sensor connectivity, everything, it's Garmin. They set the benchmark so far above and beyond. I'm talking about saving sensor data, writing things correctly to the fit file. If you get a cheaper head unit, you'll get compromise, such as, well, even something as simple as, you know, if you go for a ride on the sorry to babble on about bike stuff while I'm riding Zwift, but or other bike stuff. But if you're riding on your Garmin and you've got a history line of where you've ridden on the map, and you double back on yourself, and you're like, oh, I've ridden here today. Okay, cool, I'm crossing my own path again. I've got a lesser known GPS at the moment where that path is only about 10 k's long. So if you double back on yourself, you don't know you've been there before. It's something that Garmin's used to do, I think. Just little tiny things like that where you mightn't realise. And it doesn't save any of the gearing information to the file. There's no sub-sport category, so if you set your bike to a gravel bike or a mountain bike or an e-bike and go for a ride with this cheaper head unit, you upload to Strava. Strava doesn't know what ride it is, it just marks it as a standard road ride when it might be a mountain bike. Just little things like that. Garmin have got it nailed. Garmin have it absolutely nailed. So there's always, at an underlying level, there's a reason that Garmin's do cost a lot. There's just a lot of work that goes into everything. Having said that, the cheaper units can do your basics pretty well. Karoo 2 is getting too old. It's good. The always on climber feature is absolutely brilliant. The screen is brilliant, except if the sun is overhead. Touch screen is great, battery is horrible. But the speed of the unit now, it's based on Android 8 from 2017, I think. And you can no longer sideload a number of apps because the Android version is just way too old, which is a bit of a problem. If it's a good shake-up, and it's been interesting to see Karoo go from that little hippo of a unit, the elephant, it was massive, to then the Karoo 2, which almost overtook the conversation around Wahoo units because of the feature sets. Wahoo have since had a few updates, their own climbing features and sensor support and things like that. But the Karoo 2 wasn't in the conversation, now it is in the conversation. The Karoo 3 needs to be a wow device. Needs to make people like grab it and just go, holy hell, there's no bezels or something to something everybody. A Garmin with the Karoo screen, yeah, with the screen is a lot of battery consumption. Having said that, Garmin got the battery consumption of the 1040 just nailed. That thing goes on and on and on. Oh, anybody sending me DMs, it'll show up in public stream. So hopefully they do that. They need to keep inventing things. Garmin are in a position where they've got to keep pumping out hardware because there's no subscription service. I think they've released, is it 2 watches already this year? Or is it only 1 watch and 1 new feature on a certain watch? I can't keep up with the watches, so I don't bother. As I mentioned somewhere, I think, I might not have published that video, on the Garmin stand. No, actually I put it on Instagram. The Garmin stand at the Tour Down Under had 27 watches on display and 6 bike computers. That ratio was wrong for their audience. Yeah, so the core functionality of all the, it's like smart trainers. They all do resistance, they all do erg mode, mostly pretty well. They're all compatible with bikes and they support 11 to 12 speed, etc. And through axle. So that's, I think your basics are right. And that's going to make a lot of people happy. Oh mate, don't look at the Ballarat weather. That's why I am indoors. Alright, I call it quits at 42 k's. There's the city course anyway, we just roll the city course easy. But it depends on your use case. I think there is, and I've been flipping this around my head for a few years now. When people want purchasing advice, you almost need to do a one-on-one consulting session with them. Like when you walk into a shoe store even, let's just say, and they'll say, what kind of running do you do? And they'll size you up with your weight, your height, the running you do. Yeah, they go nuts. But when people are buying $10,000 bikes or $2,000 trainers, you know, they go online and just get some random advice when you really need that one-to-one consulting. I don't know how to deliver that. All right, done, we'll go marathon. I think there'll be value in that somehow, somewhere. There's a business there, definitely, I think. I'm not sure how people pay for it, given that people get the advice for free now anyway, most of the time. But if you were to have a one-to-one consulting session and someone says, okay, well, what sort of riding do you do? What kind of value do you put on accuracy of GPS? That's another thing with the cheaper GPSs. They'll do well with GPS tracking, but not the best. So if someone was to say, look, I really need killer accurate GPS in all conditions, you're like, right, well, you go for the multi-band, multi-GNSS support, and so you'll list the units that have that. Foot pods, no, not my area. The Zwift running group on Facebook is probably where you get some good information about foot pods. I haven't run on Zwift for a couple of years now. Not very often I do lives, no. I like talking about products where I can just point and talk about a product. I seem to get less abuse on those. Alright, where's the point one? Where's the point one? That'll be about point one. Drops that, alrighty. Anyhow, there we go. I'm glad the live stream stayed up after a bit of a brutal start there. I think 17 seconds to go. That was Scotland. I can't even tell you which course it was. Was that the Highlands? But yeah, that was the first look Scotland. That was the first public event. And hot tip, this will be selectable on March 8th or thereabouts as a free ride course. But in the meantime, you can do the event, quit the event, or do the event, finish the event, and do what I've just done there, ride around. You won't get any route badges other than the one that was selected for the course or route that you did. But you can go and get some Strava segments and Strava comms. So as I said before, someone go off, Barney, if you're still watching, go up and snag my comm up the intestine there. That's not going to hold very long. Any questions that I've missed? Let me have a look. Kicker 5 on sale. It's phenomenal. Bang, there you go. See, Kicker 5, technology solved. Good flywheel, accurate enough, auto spin down. Durcon connection if you want it. It's an add-on for that, not built in. Northern Lights, nice. Yes, I'm on PC. CPU, I don't know. It's an Intel i7 something or i9, or I'm not quite sure. It's a few years old now. The GPU, if you're asking for that as well, it's an RTX 2060. So this machine is getting a little old. I do need to upgrade, given that it locked up on me just before I started the session. So yeah, I might be looking for a new PC soon. Any comments or questions on which PC I should get, hit me up in the comments below or in the chat here. I'll check those out later on. I think this one cost me about $2,000 Australian, so I'm not quite sure what's going on with pricing with GPUs. Hopefully they're gone down now that the Bitcoin craze is sort of dying off a bit, with the Bitcoin mining. Anyway, thumbs up and rides on to everybody in the near vicinity. Thanks for joining that one. I'll be back soon. I do have a new radar that I'm testing. I've got the Brighton Guardia R300, which I'm out testing. I had to buy that one from Italy. They're doing a select release in Italy only, so I purchased it in Italy and had it sent over. So that'll be coming up on the channel soon. Other than that, keep an eye out for any firmware updates, bug fixes, updates, and things like that, and I'll be all over them. And that's it. GPU's way down. Good time to buy. Excellent. All right, I'm out of here. Have a good weekend, everybody. We shall see you soon. And my Stream Deck doesn't work. It should. This is why I need a new PC.